Hi guys, my name is Henry Tenby. I'm the creator of JetFlix TV, the all aviation streaming service. It is Sunday, August the 11th, 2024. It's just after 7 p.m. and literally minutes ago, the Hawaii Mars C-FLYL made its last ever flight. It did a kind of circuit along the east coast of Vancouver Island. It departed from its base at Sprout Lake. It flew up towards Campbell River, down through Nanaimo, then down to Pat Bay in Victoria, and then it looped back to Pat Bay and landed. And we just saw it land literally about 10 minutes ago. This is the last ever flight of the Mars. It's being donated to the museum at Victoria Airport. But I have something very, very special to share with you in this video. I consider myself extremely lucky in that I was able to have a flight on the Mars. I used broadcast TV cameras that I mounted both inside the flight deck and looking through the window of the engines. And I consider my footage to be pretty much close to unique. So I'd like to take you along. It's almost a 1-hour video. I'd like to take you along for this amazing flight, my amazing flight on the Mars, the Hawaii Mars. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All clear on the right here. Y'all clear on the left? Yeah. Yeah, go for it. On the transfer, right?
Okay, so we carry 27,000 liters, which is 7,200 U.S. gallons.
That's all right. What's the pickup rate?
It's 200 gallons a second, so 200 times 4, we're 800. We're just about 1,000 liters a second, just about, because it takes us 27 seconds.
What's it called? The maneuver? Is it pickup? What do you call it?
My name is Steve Wall. I'm one of the captains with Colson's Flying Tankers. We're here in Coal Harbour with Hawaii Mars for a 4-day demonstration at the Truck Loggers Convention, January 2007.
So Steve, what have you got planned today for the show?
Today we'll be doing a warm-up off the buoy here, and hopefully when providing a departure right in front of the Pan Pacific here. Out towards the second narrows for a pickup, returning loaded, probably low and over, and returning via a small circuit around the harbor here for a demo drop in front of the Pan Pacific, and then putting the aircraft on the water, again, wind providing right in front of the crowd here, and back on the buoy.
Fabulous. Is this planned for every day of the show?
I believe we do have some form of flying scheduled throughout the 4 days. Tomorrow I believe there's another demo drop, and closing day Friday I believe we're doing something for the actual closing ceremonies.
Wow. So can you tell us a bit about the Mars, like when it was built and how long you guys have operated these aircraft for?
These aircraft, these are the production models which were built in 1945, 1946. The company owns 2 of them, the last surviving Mars, Hawaii Mars and Philippine Mars. We carry the names designated to them by the U.S. Navy for nostalgic reasons. They came to Canada in the late 1950s and were tanked out by 1961 and have been based at Sprout Lake through a couple of different companies now, operating as tankers through now 2008.
Right. So when did the Coulson group take over the operation?
The end of last year, spring of 2007.
2007.
Last year was our first year of operation under the Coulson name.
So typically the airplanes fly in the summer and they're maintained in the winter. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that works?
We usually fly through into September, depending on the season and the contract that the aircraft are under, and they both come out of the water then at the facility at Sprout Lake, where our maintenance crews carry out any heavy maintenance required by the aircraft, and they're put back in the water in the springtime, again depending on the season, usually around April, and crews undergo their recurrent training, and aircraft are ready for operation usually for May.
So typically, what's involved in recurrent training? Just a number of touch and goes in so many hours?
It's a determined number of hours per operations manual. Each flight crew member requires a different amount of training, captains being the most. Normal recurrent training would include just normal operations of the aircraft, in-flight operations. We'll get into just normal operations on the water, stop and go landings, and then we get into a lot of water bombing. We do a variety of different load configurations, and then we wrap it up with quite a host of emergency procedures.
So typically you operate in the region of British Columbia, but last summer I understand you went to California. What did that involve, Steve?
That was the fall of last year. We got the call when San Diego was experiencing all the devastating fires in their area. We went down for 2 weeks, based at Lake Elsinore, and we're working with CDF there. They provided us a lead aircraft and, of course, all our targets.
So is there such thing as a typical firefighting season or summer for the airplane?
I think everyone's a little different, while they're all the same, I guess.
Yeah. It must be kind of special being a Mars pilot. Do you have lots of applications for young pilots wanting to come and fly this airplane?
We can see our share of resumes come through the door. These aircraft certainly represent the end of an era. The days of the big boats are certainly a bygone time, and we have rather specialized people that do operate the aircraft here.
That can keep them going. And what year were they built?
In 45 and 46.
45 and 46. It's amazing. So would they have another 10 or 20 years left in them?
As far as I know.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and as far as your operation in Sprout Lake, why Sprout Lake as the base for the company as opposed to some other lake or waterway?
Sprout Lake was initially selected, from what I understand, by the original owners of the aircraft. McMillan Blodell was a very centralized location for their private lands, which was the primary reason for the aircrafts being tanked out, to provide aerial fire suppression for the private lands of McMillan Blodell and a number of other private land owners at the time, and it was a very central location.
Okay.
And there's quite an extensive facility had evolved over the last 40 years, and Coulson's now has acquired the entire facility and the aircraft and is still just a superb base for the aircraft and a freshwater location to keep them out of the salt.
Wow. How many crews are trained on the airplanes?
Currently we have 2 crews. This last summer we operated one of the 2 aircraft, albeit both were available for service.
Terrific. Well, thanks for your time. We very much appreciate it, Steve, and have a great show here in Vancouver.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bob Dick. I'll be acting as First Officer today with Captain Steve Wall on the Martin Mars. I'll be doing a demo drop in front of Canada Place this afternoon, starting engines here in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we're planning to do a pickup and come around and do a drop in front of Canada Place and show what the old girl can do.
So how many pounds are we going to lift up, and what is it standard for this airplane? Are you going to do more water than usual?
With the fuel load today, we'll be picking up around 4,000 gallons of salt water.
Okay. Excellent. And our flying time?
We'll be approximately half an hour in the air.
Okay. And how much? Can you tell us about warming up the engines, Bob?
As far as warming up the engines, this aircraft has radial engines which have a fair amount of oil in them, and the oil takes quite a while to warm up. So once we get underway and started, it'll be about a half an hour warming up the oil and the engines themselves for the run-up procedure. And that's to check out the power of the engines and that sort of thing. And then once that's all done, we're doing a pre-takeoff check, and we'll be underway.
How long does it take for the takeoff roll on the airplane?
Today it won't be too long. We're fairly light, and I would say we'll be off in probably less than a mile.
Less than a mile. So we're going to taxi down towards the Second Narrows Bridge?
That's correct.
Excellent. Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
We're still 50 minutes ahead of 3 o'clock. You want to just like taxi around lots?
Yeah, let's go get her warmed up.
You're ready to go for a pre-start, Henry?
Yes, I'm ready. Camera's pointing at you guys for the pre-start checklist.
Okay.
You're in position there, Mike, live?
Yeah, I'm in position.
You're well with you, live? Ready? Full times of power, pre-start check. Captain complete.
Complete. Engineer complete. Second engineer complete. Components.
Are stowed.
Aeroplane is on. Vacuum console alive.
Free and selected.
Ropes have been checked. Probes and every system.
Probes up and indicating. Doors are closed and indicating.
Doors and out.
Are set for departure.
Ignition.
On around, off with the master.
Circuit breakers.
All in.
Activate safety switch.
On the left.
Aircraft control.
All 4 automatic.
Door switch.
Engineer's position.
Boatman.
Is in position.
And boatman. Airline is in position. Restart check complete.
Objects.
Airline's motor fuel flow pressure complete. Starting order.
Starting order will be 3, 2, 4, and 1.
3, 2, 4, 1. Switches on.
Switches are on and stand by and start when we have boat traffic parked right in front of us here.
Static motor. Boatman outside, right? Boatman here.
Boatman here, can we have somebody ask this boat right in front of us to kindly move aside?
That was call power and level starting.
Very good.
Traffic, Yankee Lima. Yankee Lima, habitat.
I'll check that number at your discretion.
Yeah, fuel there.
That's the fuel, and she's coughing out a few bottles. Repeats it.
Target, it's Heli Jet 719. 719, harbour time. Target 719, we'll take off from Beach, and we'll be below the Victoria Harbour next. Heli Jet 719, just be starting up, just give me lots of room, script 30 we'll take off the airport. Take off for a check and then just a bit of a and we'll get real close. But that is cool. Very nice.
Yeah, the right-hand pattern. Just as tight inside the bridge as we can get over there. Get her down, get underway, water on, and then out. Yep. And from the left hand over Stanley Park. Mostly it's kind of industrial area over here and everything, and I'm not seeing any obstacles outside of them great big towering lights. Giant refrigerator floating over there. It's a big non-event for them. That can't be much better now.
Charlie 5, I contact Vancouver Tower 1240 now, get it. That's all approved. Let me know when you're ready to head westbound. Salvador, stop ahead. Sierra Captain for Henry, gonna go be back to Buffalo Square, sir. English group 42423. You can set your southbound turn now for midfield at YVR and contact the tower 125.65 now. Good day. Good day, thanks a lot. Mars going to be on the slide eastbound here. Copy that. We're going to try a loose sprint right about here. You got the helicopter orbiting there just north of Bell. 3060, you're clear takeoff eastbound. Just check the C-bus as well as southbound, just north of center there. Alright, Norman, here we go. Mike Kilo Poppy on. Go ahead. Mars down by the P&E there is going to be doing a water pickup westbound. Just so you know, there's going to be a delay on the water of a few minutes at least. Not a problem, yeah. I'd like to see this. the otter there. Just check out the right hand.
The approach coming in by the Coal Harbor skyscrapers, unbelievable.
Looks good.
Have you ever seen that site before?
Not through the windshield of a Mars.
No. I think that will be burned in my memory until the day I die. It was incredible.
Very good.
Just fabulous. Really incredible. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It was a really, really good flight. Fabulous footage.
Our pleasure.
I think you guys will all be very pleased with the end result.
Good.
There you go.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All clear.
Well, I sure hope you enjoyed that. You're probably wondering, how did I get an opportunity to fly on the Martin Mars? Well, I'll tell you the story. The year was 2008, and Coulson Group brought the Martin Mars to Vancouver Harbour, to participate in the Truck Loggers Convention that was taking place at the Pan Pacific Hotel. And it was also in the lead up to Vancouver's hosting of the 2010 Winter Olympics. So the Martin Mars came to Vancouver, and I had contacted Coulson explaining that I was a very avid aviation documentary filmmaker, and I wanted to document their aircraft as best as possible during the aircraft's visit. So I met with the Coulson people when the aircraft arrived, and there was a period of time before the aircraft took off to do its local demonstration flight. And it was agreed that I would set up equipment on the aircraft and, film it from boats, etc., on the water. And I had DVD business at the time. So the idea was that I would film exclusive footage, which ultimately did appear in my DVDs that were published around that time. But my broadcast cameras were they were Sony PD-150 cameras, which were TV broadcast film gathering equipment of the day. And I had two very good tripods, and I set up one tripod, anchored it to the ground in the flight deck behind the two pilots, and I had another camera that was anchored in a precarious way, but it was pointed through the window looking at the engines. And it took a fair bit of effort to get that set up. And once I had it set up, as I was preparing to leave the aircraft, I think one of the Coulson employees, or a couple of Coulson employees, were going to watch my equipment for me. And of course, after the aircraft was to have landed back in Vancouver Harbour, I would reboard the aircraft and collect my equipment. And as I was getting ready to leave the aircraft, Mr. Coulson said to me, "Hey, why don't you stay on board?" And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my lucky stars. That is one thing that happens once in a lifetime, when the filming or the aviation or the AvGeek gods shine on you. And yes, I said I'd be honored, and I stayed on board the aircraft. I couldn't believe it. I was on the aircraft. I was able to watch the cameras myself, and what you just saw was the product of that unique mix of luck, enthusiasm, and good fortune that all came together and allowed me to film what I believe to be the most unique footage ever filmed on board a Martin Mars, ever recorded in the history of the aircraft. I don't believe there's any other footage out there that is filmed in the way that I filmed the footage. I had the aircraft's radios hooked up through an XLR cable right into the broadcast camera, so we've got the live footage from the flight deck as it was being spoken, and of course the number of lines of resolution of those cameras, not up to today's 4K standards, but they were the best that you could get in the early 2000s. So I really hope you enjoyed this footage. We're wishing the BC Aviation Museum at Victoria Airport all the best with their new historic acquisition, the Martin Mars. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love to see your comments. Do leave your comments below. They will be very much appreciated. Obviously, if you're not a subscriber to the JetFlix channel, hit that subscribe button. It's in the lower right-hand corner of the frame that you're looking at right now. Appreciate the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Thanks again. My name is Henry Tenby, and I'd like to introduce my brand new book for classic airline fans. It's called Air Travel Time Machine, and it features over 600 fabulous color Kodachrome memories taken between 1942 and 1960. So this book is a culmination of 30 years of collecting vintage, old aircraft slides from the 1950s and 60s. And this has been my life passion for decades. And the type of pictures that I am very interested in are not the standard images of just sterile shots of airplanes. These are pictures that tell a story, that show people, that show the interiors of airplanes, and show what travel was like during the golden age of aviation. This book is 288 pages. It's a hardcover book, printed on a 106-pound GSM high-quality gloss paper. It is a beautiful presentation, and you are going to love the images, and it is filled with captions and memories and great images that'll take you back to the post-war era of air travel. I hope you'll enjoy purchasing my book and reading my book. What follows are a selection of sample images from inside the book, just to give you an idea of the atmosphere and memories that are included in this incredible book. So I really hope that you'll enjoy the contents. It is a unique book because it really is a time travel wormhole view back through the sands of time to what air travel was like during the golden age of aviation and airlines. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you'll consider purchasing my book. As a side note, this is a limited production book. We're only printing 300 copies for the UK and Europe, and another 300 copies for Canada, USA distribution. So if you'd like to order a book, be sure to do so as soon as possible so that you are guaranteed to get a copy in your library. Thanks again.